Welcome back to the GTV studio where Graham and I are going through the card for Wednesday's race meeting on the poly track. We warned you earlier on in the week and late in the weekend that there was plenty of racing action for you, and it's coming thick and fast and we're enjoying every second of it. Fourth race on the card rather, is the Gold Circle Horses to Follow podcast, a maiden plate, 1700 metres, 25 past 2, so just before 2:30 we'll be off and running for the fourth race. Graham, at this point in time, just the 10 runners going to post, and the 10 runners will come up on screen in a short while, and we'll be able to go through that. Interesting race, interesting maiden, because in my opinion there's some horses here that can't win, and there's just 2 or 3 that really hold a strong hand. Paul Peter's in town. Anton Marcus has been engaged to ride the Son of Soft Falling Rain. For me, sets the standard, but this horse Decorated, whom I followed last time, was well beaten. Nice horse in the making, still a little bit immature, a little bit soft. So for me, 2 from 3, but I'm not telling you anything that you probably don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking a little wider. I think it's a case you've banked a number 2 Sergei, or you go at least 4 or 5 runners. From a pick 6 and a jackpot perspective, I'm going to definitely include number 1 Water Rider. He's been disappointing, but I think the fact that he's going 1700 metres, the first time in his career beyond 1400 metres, looking at his racing style, I think he's going to relish the extra ground. So while I'm not suggesting he's the likely winner, he's certainly one that I'm not going to exclude from my calculations. Currently quite easy to back at 8-1. Sergei is the favourite at 12-10. Paul Peter comes into town. You always have to take note. Anton Marcus has taken the ride, only his 4th career start. We know the progeny of Soft Falling Rain go well on the poly track, so clearly number 2 Sergei is going to prove a tough nut to crack. The other ones that I would consider, Warren, obviously number 3 Decorated, who's been priced up 12-1. I would also consider number 6 Mr. Pagal and number 7 Razor Hallelujah. Warren Kennedy riding Razor Hallelujah. That's the arrangement. In KZN, Gavin Van Zyl has first call on Warren Kennedy. In Joburg, Paul Peter has first call on Warren Kennedy. So when Paul Peter comes into town and Gavin Van Zyl's got a live wire in the same race, then Warren Kennedy rides for Gavin Van Zyl. So Anton Marcus gets the opportunity to ride Sergei. I guess in the final analysis, it does look as if this is Sergei's race to lose, and he will be a popular banker, I would imagine, in smaller permutations. But looking beyond that, I'm going to hedge my bets here a little bit. I'm going to include Water Rider, Decorated, Mr. Pagal, and Razor Hallelujah in my jackpot and pick 6 permutations.
You probably could be doing the right thing because, it's a race where, as you said at the top of the preview, you take a stance. You either go light, a banker, or you include 4 or 5 horses. Graham's going the safe route. I'm taking a bit of a chance. I'm going 2 Sergei from 3 Decorated, but it's just a case of structure because you've got to structure your bets accordingly. So 2 and 3 for me, and Graham thinks it's a little deeper than that. 2, 3, 6, 7, and 1. Race 4, it's a maiden plate over 1700 metres. Race 5 around the corner.